group buying, marketing tools, and shared expertise. It's difficult in standing out while maintaining profitability and a lack of unified voice in negotiations with brands and suppliers. And our result ends up being like slim margins, high operating costs, and limited growth. And the sad reality is a lot of independents will be closing their doors this year. This is a slide that shows approximately what happened in Alberta. So they have about 750 cannabis stores there. It's 20% corporate and 80% independent when they first started. And like 5 years later, it's 80% corporate and 20% independence. And there's the current reality is the small cannabis brands that have like even products can't get their products into the market because the big guys refuse to carry them. And I think there's only like 700 SKUs available in Alberta because AGLC won't even carry your products unless Canna Cabana or Value Buds or Premium 420 Markets actually choose to carry your products. And if you can't get in there, then you're not even going to get a listing in that province. And we don't want the same reality to kind of happen here. In Ontario, when we first started, there was about 1,700 cannabis stores, and that's the current situation. But there used to be like 10% corporate and 90% independence, and now slowly that trend that happened in Alberta is happening here, where it's like 40% corporate, and we still have 60% independence, but independents are struggling to survive. We all know that reality, and the corporate guys are actually increasing their footprints. And the reality is that it seems to have a bleak future for independents as well, too, the same way that it was for Alberta. This is the main corporate advantage that we found that these chains have. This slide was actually given to me from Owen at Highland Cannabis. He did an analysis of High Tide's financial statements and saw that they were making close to $16,000 a month in data analytics revenues. And we know that it costs roughly, depending on your rent, $20,000 to $25,000 to operate a store. But if they have a $16,000 head start over us, there's no way we can really compete with that, right? And we need to figure out how to kind of create a system where we can actually start generating that kind of money to be able to actually compete on a level playing field with independents. The future for independence. So currently there's a lack of regulations to safeguard our interests. Even if you have a good store or a good small chain of stores right now, the reality is there is no guarantee of a future. There's nothing to prevent a corporate chain from opening up, a couple 100 meters away from you and literally changing your business overnight. It's happened to so many retailers that I know, and these are like really good, knowledgeable retailers. And it just sucks when there's either a one plant or a Canna Cabana or a Value Buds or somebody big that comes and just, or even a Cost Cannabis that comes and just takes all your business away from you, right? And in many cases, there's not much a standalone independent can actually do to survive. So our regulations aren't designed to protect us or ensure any type of long-term success. And the reality is that on our own, we lack the financial resources and influence to compete with chains effectively. I did reach out to a friend of mine. His name is Corey. He was the owner of Cannabis Cowboy and had 6 locations. And he gave me a warning. He's like, Jazz, if you guys don't get together, we didn't do that in Alberta, and we thought we were all going to be okay. And the reality is, I had 6 locations. I was forced to shut them all down just because we couldn't compete because the Canna Cabana and the Value Buds took over Alberta. And so there's been a lot of solutions out there without naming any names that are offering data solutions and some sort of support to try to help retailers earn additional revenues through data and also other types of things. But they seem to be falling short and don't really meet the needs of both independent retailers and brands in a meaningful way. yeah, sure, they'll offer the discount and then people take the discount. And when I talk to brands, they really struggle to see if there's any type of ROI that they're actually getting from this. A lot of retailers aren't really engaged in it as well too. They see little to no impact on their profitability, and they don't really earn enough to make it a huge difference in their business. And then the quality concern comes as well too, where it seems to be that some of these places end up being a dumping ground for low quality products, and also damaging the reputation of the brands there as well too. It's products that are RTV'd or don't move in the market, and retailers really don't want to be carrying a lot of those products anyway, right? So Independent Retailers Alliance, we're pretty much a collaboration of strong independent retailers uniting to strengthen our market presence and competitiveness. By pooling our resources and expertise, we will be able to achieve the goals of that we are otherwise challenging on our own, right? So these are the benefits that we're going to be providing to Alliance Premium members. There's two types of benefits. One is like revenue generating opportunities. So we have digital advertising on e-commerce platforms that'll be coming soon. There'll be revenue from Alliance selling of our data, revenue from menu screens and kiosk advertising, revenue from our Elevate magazine profits, and then we'll also be able to do social media and email marketing on behalf of brands and brand partners, and earn revenues for our retailers there. And then we will also have the typical cost saving opportunities where I'm negotiating to get cheaper insurance for all of us, cheaper payment processing, uh, cheaper access to accessories, to where we can, as a united front, get much larger discounts and almost pay the same rates that, One Plant and Canna Cabana and all these guys are paying. I've seen the pricing structures at companies like Smoke Arsenal and all these accessory suppliers. We're getting shafted all the time by this, and I'm negotiating to get the same rates as what those guys are paying, and we want to be able to pass on those savings to all our members as well too. So these are just some of the stores. I think most of you have already seen this slide there. And here's our current situation. So 50 locations. I think we might be a little bit over 50 now with some new stores joining, but we quickly want to grow to 75 to 100 locations by April. We should be able to get to about 13% of the market there. And by the spring, we want to be the largest network in Ontario with the largest market share and surpass groups like Canna Cabana, Fika, and One Plant and all these guys, right? If we can achieve this uh, level of membership, which I'm like 100% confident that we can do that. We already have our core base of like close to 50 people, and there's lots of people in the queue that are just waiting to be interviewed and go through the process of signing up with us. And what makes us better than what makes us better than the corporate stores is that we have a much greater passion and dedication to our stores. All of us are invested in our stores. We care about obviously not losing our money in our businesses, but we actually care about a lot more for our stores compared to the bigger chains where it's predominantly just employees working in those stores and they don't have the same level of ownership. Uh, we also, amongst the Alliance members, we're making sure that we bring on members that have shared values and vision with us. I believe that's really important to make sure that we all are aligned and not just take anybody and everybody that wants to join. We really want to be selective. I don't want to turn it into another group where it's like 600-700 members and everyone does their own thing. I don't believe that's a winning formula. I would like to keep it to 100. Maybe if we can get to 150, would be an amazing number for us. And we will be the predominant chain all the way across Canada. Already people from BC and Alberta and other provinces have reached out and want us to create opportunities in those provinces. But for now, we're going to focus solely on Ontario and and kind of build a strong foundation here before we even look across to other provinces. One of our keys to our, I believe, will be our success is the democratic approach we're going to have to our brand partnerships. And we'll have a transparent voting process to ensure the partnerships aligns with our retailers and our consumers' need. And once we do that, we will be committed to our buying power. So this is what we're looking for as far as like premium retail members to join. About $1 million a year in sales, about 450 SKUs on average is what we're looking for. They pay a one-time registration fee to join. Only brand premium members can participate in our partnerships, and only premium members can participate in the revenue sharing opportunities. And the vast majority, I believe like 90 to 95% of our efforts are going to be to support our premium member stores. Unfortunately, we don't have the resources to take care of everybody and every that would want to join. I can't support a 500 store organization. It's just not possible, right? So regular stores can sign up and join, but they literally get no service from us, but they can get access to the cheaper insurance, the accessories, and other types of things like that. But really nothing else, to be honest with you. Our democratic approach to selecting our brand partners is that companies will submit a partnership proposal for our members to review. All the premium members get to vote on this, and if 70% of the members vote yes, the alliance will welcome the company as a brand partner. And if the proposal is turned down, they can resubmit a new proposal for review. And the benefits for brands are many, right? They get an access to a large network of independent retailers. Our members are, are all participating in collective buying power. So the key to our program, which makes us different, is we're guaranteeing buying power for brands, and nobody else is guaranteeing that. And that's why the brands aren't really supporting the other programs to the same level that they could be. Whatever they're offering to other platforms is not nearly the same as what they're offering to Canna Cabana and One Plant and all these people, right? We're also going to be giving our brands access to our key decision makers, the owners, managers, and bud tenders, and also give them unique marketing and educational opportunities as well too. So this is how we're going to be supporting our brand partners. We'll be doing live PK sessions and brand sessions, and we'll be recording those and putting them up on our education platform. I'll show you a slide for the education platform shortly. We're going to use our Dopebox program, and 4 times a year at minimum, we're going to get our brands to start sampling to our stores, the Alliance Network, using the Dopebox. So that way, it makes it easier for the brands to participate and get their products across the network. Because I firmly believe that just offering a discount does not actually work in sales velocity. There has to be a lot more that goes into a brand partnership to make it a win-win-win situation for the brands and retailers and our consumers, right? We will do a monthly check-in with the brands, and we could also be able to create collective marketing campaigns. So if some brand wants to do a special on 420 or a special on Mother's Day or whatnot, the brands don't have to reach out to 30, 40 different stores individually. They can reach out to our network, and we can have our participating members, if we choose to do the program, we can run the program across our entire network and make it a lot easier for the brands and save them time and money on it, but we can also benefit by having these systems in place to be able to do these types of things. We're going to be launching a magazine, Elevate Magazine. I'll show you a copy of that in the upcoming slides. Quarterly magazine. Every time we launch a magazine, we'll be doing a small networking event for about 100 to 125 people. It'll mostly be the store owners and the managers and our brand partners that are going to be in attendance there. We've already launched our 420 Shops website, and by the summer, we'll be doing our in-store and online marketing technology should be ready. We have a data and insights dashboard already built for retailers, and the one for LPs is being built as we speak. I'll show you a sample of how that one works. And by the summertime, we're also going to get into menu screens and e-commerce ads as well too. I'll show you that. So these are all potentially additional revenue share opportunities for retailers. And this is the services that we're going to be providing our retailer members. Here we have menu curation for the stores that need some support and help. We'll do that. We'll be creating product selling tips. That'll be on our education portal. We'll also find hidden gems and recommend them to the network, and people are free to choose to buy those products as well too. All our members and their managers and the bud tenders will have exclusive access to our education portal. I have a slide for that I'll show you shortly. We also will have a monthly check-in with all our stores. It won't be each individual store separately. It'll be one owner that represents maybe 2 or 3 stores. So, for example, Matt will do it for his 2 stores, and Eric could do it for his 4 stores, like that. Data and insights. So they have their own data and insights dashboard as well too, and they get to participate in the networking events and online marketing in the magazine and the collective marketing campaigns that I talked about before. This is our education platform that's actually being designed right now as we speak. Nilesh is in charge of getting this platform done. He's got quite a bit of experience with e-learning and online education. So we're developing a platform where all the stores can have access to education. All our brands will have their own page with their content on there as well too. Anytime they have a new product drop or any type of education that they want to do, they will have the ability to upload that content, create videos, all types of things can be done there. And our platform will have the ability to track engagement. So if you want, for example, your bud tenders to watch certain videos or this and that, you'll be able to track that engagement to make sure that they actually follow through on their homework. But we'll have recordings of all the brand partner PK sessions, product info videos, product selling videos, other videos for store operations and insights, and all that kind of stuff will all be available on this website. And it'll be a closed website only for Alliance members and for our brand partners. So, and outside of our Alliance network, this information will be not available. And like I was saying before, every brand will have their own brand page in this platform. For some reason, if they choose not to become a brand partner of the Alliance anymore, we will immediately remove that page, and that information will no longer be accessible to Alliance members. So this will be the magazine. There's going to be a revenue share opportunity for retailers in this. We're going to start with 25,000 copies plus an online edition of this. And magazine is not the right word to use for this, but I can't think of a better word. This is not to compete with Kind or any other magazines that exist in the cannabis industry. We are not going to hire reporters and editors and all these types of things. This essentially is going to be how Fortino's and Metro and all these grocery stores do their weekly flyers to promote products and sales and all these types of things. We're doing the same thing, but just converting it into a magazine format, right? So it's only going to be available at Alliance stores, and it's going to be available to Alliance customers as well too. And some of the content in the magazine will be, cannabis education, wellness, and responsible consumption. But each magazine will also have, a product spotlight, new product releases. There'll be a brand spotlight. We will also be doing pages of our top selling products. But these top selling products are only going to be the products of our brand partners. So the whole goal of this is to encourage brands to become partners with us. And now we're using a magazine type of thing to actually promote the products of our brand partners as well too. And we will get aggregated sales data between the entire Alliance network and be able to find out what are the top selling products of our brand partners here. So this page is only for like dried flower, but eventually it'll be dried flower, pre-rolls, infused pre-rolls, all the subcategories and stuff. We'll be able to take that data and create these pages. And ultimately, it's designed to show our customers these are the products that we're partnered, companies that we're partnered with, and these are the products we want you to kind of try. So there'll be like an LP spotlight here, brand spotlight, 2 pages of each one. If we want to do some sort of promos, brands per se are not allowed to do a promotion, but we as retailers are allowed to do some promotion. So if collectively we want to do a promotion, we can attach a QR code to an advertisement and say that the Alliance Network has a promotion, and people can scan a code and take advantage of a certain price or a sale. Our 420 Shops website is live right now. All premium stores will be listed on this and have a little profile over here as well too, and on a banner. And we'll also start posting some of our brand partners banners on the site as well too. This is our e-commerce platform. We will have it on computer and mobile versions, and there'll be an app as well too. And the purpose of this is to enable brands to advertise to exactly where the customers are actually shopping. And if we can generate that money from the advertisements, we want to pass that money on to our retailer store members, right? So it's a revenue generating opportunity for us. And we want to be able to get enough of our brands to start marketing with us so we can take a lot of those revenues and use them towards our store operations, right? Data revenues alone are not enough for us to survive. We have to create additional revenue opportunities beyond just data revenue. This is the portal. I've shown it to most of you guys already, but retailers will have access to their full portal to get all their sales metrics, category performance, product performance. They can pick, like, this is all like live data that we'll have access to, that you'll have access to only to your stores. And then there will be a store called the Alliance Network, and you'll be able to see aggregated data amongst the Alliance Network to see how other stores are doing across our network with certain products and certain categories and certain brand partnerships and stuff like that, right? It'll just help us provide a lot better insight so we can all kind of share back and forth some information to help us run our operations. And what we're looking for from our brand partners, we're looking for people to obviously provide us with competitive pricing and value, consistent supply and quality. We want marketing support. We want education and training. We also want marketing assets, and we want brands that have a long-term partnership approach with us. And why join us? Obviously, there's strength in numbers, and the more we are, the stronger we are. And we're owned by retailers. This is designed by retailers, not something outside of our industry thrown upon us. And we've been getting a lot of feedback from retailers and LPs and just trying to make this better and better and better for everybody. And so far, I've done over 35 different presentations with LPs, and every single one of them is like wowed by it and would love to participate with us here. And that's it. And we have like 5 or 6 brands that are ready and waiting for to do presentations for us over the next few weeks. We're just going to be preparing ourselves for that. Probably next week we'll start doing the voting on certain brands. And the way that it'll work is we'll have the vote. Once a brand gets voted in, then we'll give the stores about 4 weeks to start bringing in the inventory. And the way that we want our brands deals to look like is we want them based on a brand. So similar to how Tokyo Smoke and some of these other guys do their platforms. So we would just have a deal with a brand, and we want the independent retailers to have the flexibility to pick and choose whatever products that we would want to carry from that brand. But what we're going to do to make it better for everybody, the brand will offer us some sort of minimum. So it'll be, for example, it could be like one split for somebody who has like 50 different products in the market. Our brand partnership will say we have to carry a minimum of 3 or 4 or 5 SKUs from this company, regardless of what we choose to carry. They will buy our data from us at a fair market rate, is what we'll say, right? And every brand will have a different type of data deal, I guess, is what you want to call it. But it'll be a different type of brand partnership with us.
Hey, Jazz, I've got a question. Sorry to interrupt.
Sure.
The brands that you're speaking to with right now, are they willing to offer their more popular offerings and give us a kickback, or is this going to be, on the SKUs that are just coming out or SKUs that are moving?
No, it's not. We're not going to do a SKU based. We're going to do it across their entire catalog. And then we want the retailers to pick and choose whatever works for you, right? Because if we do it SKU based, then that SKU may not work for you, and your store might be different, right? So we want the retailers to still feel like that they're independent and have control of their menu, but we want to be able to work with brands that have multiple offerings, and then retailers feel comfortable saying, hey, yeah, if my minimum requirement is to carry 2 SKUs from this company, they have maybe 15 or 20. I can carry a minimum of 2. And that's the goal, is to try to get to like a bare minimum number that makes the LP happy. But then for an LP, this is an opportunity for them to now engage with the education, engage with our stores, network with us, and build relationships. And as they build those, then maybe, they'll help us with the sell-through of their products, and that'll encourage us to carry more and more of their products as well too.
Yeah, that approach makes sense.
Definitely we don't want to turn it into the dumping ground type of reputation where it's just slow moving products and stuff. I do believe like in the future we may have like LTOs and monthly deals aside from our regular brand partnerships. I know those will come, but for those ones we won't offer any guarantees or commitments to those brands. I don't want to get into the same situation as some of the other companies where it just ends up being a dumping ground of bad products for there. And we want to, like we're adamant, we want to have access to all the products. If a brand says, no, you can only buy this one, and this one, then we're like, no, thank you. We're okay. I think we're in a good position that if we have, 100 plus stores, it's the ball's in our court. The brands need to come to us, and we get to negotiate on our terms and what works in our best interest, right? So that's the approach that we're taking to it. Does that answer your question, Matt?
Yeah, that's great. I agree with this approach. So I was hoping it wasn't going to be, a dumping ground.
No. That's honestly, we looked at all the other platforms and, even asked the owners of those platforms, why don't you have the engagement that you anticipated? And sadly, they all agreed. They're like, we have no control over retailers. We can't force them to buy. And we don't really have control over the brands on what they're offering either. Essentially, we just turned it into a listing board. Whoever buys, and whoever doesn't, kind of thing. And that, I think in the long run, is going to be a failed business model.
Yeah, for sure. Well, this is great.
Yeah, we're just this week we're figuring out our voting system to figure out what tool we're gonna use to be able to do that. And I'm gonna be working with some of the brands to create their brand presentation. So I want the brands to either create a small presentation, a small video, or even do like a live a live call for maybe 15 minutes or something like that, and then we'll record that call and share it with the members. We want to I want to know your brand story. Tell me about your product. Tell me about your facility a little bit. Tell me what types of customers you're trying to go for with your products. Tell me about your your types of SKUs that you carry, and then uh, if our values and the way that that brand works aligns with us, then definitely we can vote on it, right?
Hey, Jazz, if you want, I can cue on that a little bit if you like.
Sure.
I think when it comes to the products and the things that we want to kind of move forward is really kind of differentiate ourselves. And if anybody had an opportunity to listen to Owen's presentation as well too, is keeping the menu diverse and keeping it unique compared to some of our competitors. So this is an opportunity for us to really kind of combat them by doing this as a unified movement. And if we can kind of work with the brands that we feel that are going to really separate what good quality products are compared to some of the bottom of the barrel stuff, then we can also help the LPs, but also help ourselves to kind of look a lot more different than some of these chains, right? I know most of the guys in our group right now are pretty spot on how we operate and how we move with our menus. But this is just going to give us a little bit more of that additional dollar value to our pockets to help allocate to, the growth of our business. And that's only going to happen with good quality products, right, guys? At the end of the day, a customer may come by and buy the product once, but that's not the objective here. We want them to come by that every time, tenfolds, 6, 7 times a month. So the deals and brands that we do want to work with, myself particularly, I'm going to be very picky and choosy on that, just because that's a reflection of my brand as well too, and I'm sure a lot of you agree with that as well. But that doesn't mean that we can't bring brands in and still see, be unique and also make money and also grow together, right? Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, this is the whole key here is working together, but still keeping your independence. We can we could do a deal with let's say Loudplug, for example, and everybody could pick different products from him. Some people may not like his flour, but he's got great
Excellent
blunts, or he's got the concentrates and the vape carts that they like of his, right? It gives us the flexibility to still curate our own menus for our clients, but knowing that we're working with brands that have a good selection of products. So everybody's got some good stuff and everybody's got some bad stuff. And all our retailers all have different types of customers as well too, right? So we want to try to give you that ability to cater to your customers there. And we saw the insights when we did our data sharing, right? So we all are carrying products from pretty much all the big companies out there as well too. So, but ultimately, if we get to choose what we want to carry, I think that's where the winning formula is for us, right? We're not going to be forced to be like a Value Buds or a chain or this and that, right? There was an LP that was asking me yesterday, like, what percentage of our menu do you want to be in brand partnerships? And I thought about it for a bit, but and then I told them almost everything. Like if I had a choice and I had 500 SKUs, but I had 100, 150 brand partnerships, and I get to choose whatever I want from all those people, that's more than enough companies out there that would enable me to carry the products that I want to carry in my stores, right? So it's the more the merrier, and the more partners we have, and the more revenues we can all make for ourselves, right? Like $15,000 a month that Canna Cabana is making per month is not a joke, right? Per store. That's the huge difference between just struggling to survive and actually really thriving. So guys, I think that's it. If there's no more questions, I'll stop the presentation and then we can share this with the group. And I think Nilesh is going to be sending out the membership forms and all that kind of stuff, NDAs and everything. over the next few days to get us all registered and signed up. And I'll be working with some of the brands to start preparing their presentations as well too.
Are
And thank you guys.
looking to
Thank you.
collect an entry fee? I think we were.
Pardon me?
Is there still an entry fee? I think the last time we were talking.
Yeah, just the
$500.
one time. Yeah, the $500 entry fee is per. It's not per store. It's just per company
Gotcha.
per se. Okay.
The one thing I do want to say before we jump off, Jazz, as well too, is there's anything that you guys as a company, want to see kind of come forth from the Alliance as well too, do make it vocal with us as well too, because we're here to help and support. This is a relationship, so that way, if there is things that you guys want to see us focus on and help support towards, then make that vocal to us, and we can see in our resources where we can help and support you guys, and vice versa, right? We're all helping and learning
That's a
from
great
each other.
point. Yeah, that's a great point, Raju. That this whole thing is like it's an alliance, right? It's not just in name only, but we want to work with everybody. We understand that like everybody doesn't have the time and effort to put towards it, so there has to be a few people that kind of run it. But we're always welcome to have more people that want to participate or have ideas. Like bring them, and if they work for everybody, then why not, right? It's
Exactly.
I have an idea already.
Yeah.
What might be pretty cool is if we had like a calendar, almost like a Calendly, where you can choose a slot and that company will come do a pop-up at your store.
Yeah,
Yeah, so we're
Easy
working on
way to
something of
get
that already.
pop-ups.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the services that we're gonna be offering them is pop-ups, right? If brand partners want to do a pop-up or a campaign or something, we're gonna make that available for them.
We'll
And
put that
then
on the list.
just reach
Yeah,
out to our network and say, guys, this brand wants to do pop-ups. If you're interested.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's an easy win-win, right? Win for them, win for us.
Cool.
But this is how we
Guys, I know you guys are busy.
pop-ups.
Thank you for sharing, making time for this. I think it's really important that we're making these moves right now. I don't want Ontario to turn out to be Alberta. And the sooner we do this, the better our chances are of having, the best year in the industry so far for us.
Jazz, thanks very much for taking the initiative of arranging all this. I know how much time it takes. I'm certain we all appreciate it.
Thank you, my friend.
Definitely.
Thank you for your kind words. Okay, everybody, have a great day.
Thanks,
Take care.
Jess.
Okay. Thanks, Jess.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks,
guys.
everybody. Bye-bye.